Fasting versus eating less. What's the difference? In today's society, it seems that there are thousands of different diets, each claiming to rid you of your unwanted weight faster than the last diet. Intermittent fasting is one such diet that has gained huge popularity in recent years, although it is a concept that has been studied for many decades. In this article, we will explore the science behind intermittent fasting and how it compares to the traditional diet technique of calorie reduction. What is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is a dieting technique that only allows you to eat during a specific window of time. This window can vary depending on the type of fasting you choose to follow, with some diets stating you should fast for certain days in a week, while others specify certain hours during each day that you should fast. In most intermittent fasting plans, zero-calorie beverages are allowed during the fasting period, such as black tea, coffee, and of course, water. What is the science behind fasting? Lots of proponents of intermittent fasting base their beliefs on the idea that humans have evolved to go for long periods without eating, with early humans sometimes having to go for days without food. Before humans learned how to farm, food was either hunted or gathered. This meant that early humans may have gone for long periods between meals. This is the model that many modern fasting diets now follow, with the theory being that humans are physiologically designed to have long gaps between meals, contrary to the popular 3 meals a day that most modern humans live by. The physiology behind fasting is relatively simple. After several hours without food, the body uses up all its sugar supply and instead begins to burn fat. This process is sometimes referred to as metabolic switching. When people consume 3 meals a day, plus a snack in between meals, with little exercise, they provide their body with a constant supply of glucose, meaning that their body rarely reverts to the fat-burning stage. There are a number of different types of fasting, but perhaps the most common of these is time-restricted feeding. With this format, a person chooses several hours during the day in which they can eat. Some people choose to eat for 8 hours per day, while more experienced fasters may only eat during a 2-hour window. Another method of fasting is called alternate day fasting. With this, a person will have what is often referred to as feast and fast days. On fast days, a person may either not eat at all or only eat the minimum amount required by their body. On feast days, people will often eat as much as they like, with no restriction on neither type of food nor amount. When you fast, there are several things that happen to your body. In order to make fat stores more easily available as an energy source, hormonal changes occur to facilitate this. One of the main changes is the change in HGH, human growth hormone. Studies have shown that this hormone sharply rises during the fasting periods, which not only facilitates fat loss, but muscle gain also. As well as this, when the body enters a fasting state, your cells initiate processes of cellular repair. One of these processes is called autophagy, which is a time during which cells remove or digest old unused proteins that may build up inside cells. What does it mean to eat less? Most traditional diets focus on the concept of eating less to lose weight. This usually means consistently reducing the number of calories you consume per day in order to create a calorie deficit. Unlike intermittent fasting, calorie-restricted diets focus not on going for a certain amount of time between meals, but instead on consuming fewer calories in your normal eating patterns. The basic rule for all calorie-restricted diets is to consume fewer calories than you burn in a day. By doing this, you force your body to use its sugar and fat stores as fuel, resulting in weight loss. What is the science behind eating less? Everybody burns a certain number of calories per day, even if you were just to lie in bed. This amount of calories burned is referred to as your basal metabolic rate, and it decreases as you age. When implementing a calorie-restricted diet, it is important not to eat under your BMR. This is because, by carrying out basic daily activities, you naturally burn more calories than this. However, as you begin to lose weight and as you age, your basal metabolic rate will decrease. This means that in order to continue to lose weight, you will have to adjust your calorie intake accordingly. Like with intermittent fasting, there are several benefits of following a calorie-restricted diet. Aside from the obvious benefit of weight loss, some studies have also suggested that a calorie restriction can result in a prolonged life expectancy. This is mostly due to the associated risks of being overweight reducing as you begin to lose weight through calorie restriction. Which diet method is best? In recent years, there have been several scientific studies that have investigated which dieting technique is best for weight loss. One such study compared two groups. One group tried alternate day fasting, while the other reduced their daily calorie intake. After 6 months, both groups lost a similar amount of weight, around 5 to 6% of their starting weight. While the results of this study concluded that both intermittent fasting and calorie-restricted diets have a similar effect on weight loss, however, the group that fasted intermittently had a higher dropout rate of participants than the alternative group. This perhaps proves that although intermittent fasting does indeed result in weight loss, it is less sustainable and harder to fit into their lives than calorie restriction. This may be because intermittent fasting can be harder to work into your social schedule. This type of dieting can often result in people missing out on social events, such as meals out, as often these events can fall within the hours of days that a person is not meant to be eating. Calorie restriction also has its complications. Studies have found that when people restrict their calorie intake, they may also decrease the number of essential nutrients they consume. This kind of eating can lead to malnutrition, in turn leading to fatigue, weakness, and an increased chance of illness. This means that when trying calorie reduction, you must not compromise the quality of the food you're eating and try hard to eat a balanced diet. So like with most things, a diet technique that works for some may not work for you. It is important to do lots of research before embarking on either of these diet plans, as there are many considerations that must be taken into account. You should always speak with your doctor before trying a new diet, as there are certain conditions that could mean that intermittent fasting may be dangerous for you. It is worth trying out both techniques to see which produces the best results, as you may find that one works better than the other. However, whichever plan you decide to try, remember that consistency and perseverance are often the keys to success when it comes to diets. Intermittent fasting is a type of diet technique where certain hours in a day or days in a week are set aside during which you either don't eat at all or eat a reduced amount. During unrestricted hours or days, you are allowed to eat normally or even more than you ordinarily would. Calorie restriction is an alternative method of dieting, where instead of not eating, you simply consistently reduce the quality of food that you would normally eat without necessarily going for long periods of time without food. Studies have shown that both diet techniques are equally as effective for weight loss. However, intermittent fasting may be harder to keep up for longer periods. Both methods have also been shown to have numerous health benefits. Since both methods have been shown to produce almost identical weight loss results, it is important to choose a technique that best fits your lifestyle. The key to weight loss is consistency, so choosing the method that will be the easiest for you to maintain in your life will inevitably give you the best weight loss results.